The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I am Mon Gualvez. Malacanang has vowed to study the findings from the United Nations saying that the country violated the rights of sexual slavery victims during World War II. Last week, the United Nations Women's Rights Committee found that the Philippines failed to provide reparations to comfort women even after repeated demands. The UN committee is now calling on the Philippines to give full reparation, including an official apology to the victims. The palace said it will submit a written response to the UN committee within 6 months. Malacanang also noted that some victims have already been compensated. The mother of the 4 children who were killed in Trece Martires, Cavite has returned home from Saudi Arabia. OFW Virginia de la Peña came home to find her 4 children in coffins. Her live-in partner, Filemon Escalano, took care of her kids while she was working abroad. But on Thursday, the children were found lifeless after being stabbed to death by Escalano, who also took his own life after the murder. Virginia said Escalano has threatened her children's lives days before the incident.
Sabi lang niya, paglulukuhin daw siya, sama-sama daw sila patay na. Hindi naman daw siya ang lugi at yun nga, magkasama nga sila.
OWA Chief Arnel Ignacio visited the children's wake in Taysan, Batangas. The agency and the local government of Taysan vowed to provide assistance to Virginia's family. The Migrant Workers Department and the Social Welfare Department are also discussing ways to assist and protect the children of overseas workers left in the care of non-family members.
Yung mga bagay-bagay na kailangang ialalay sa kanila na mahihirapan silang gawin dahil sa ganitong pagkakataon, OWA na ang ayos yan. You know, paperwork and things like that. Ito yung pagpuproseso ng living and all. Maraming salamat din sa local government na tumulong. And lahat ng programa, financial assistance-wise, siyempre tutulungan natin sila at hindi natin iiwan.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I am Mon Gualvez. The government is putting more security measures in place in Negros Oriental following the assassination of Governor Roel Degamo and several civilians. Justine Punsalang has the report.
After the brazen killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo and 8 other civilians, the government now wants tighter security in Negros Island.
Tayo ay kasama ng mga taga-Negros.
But Defense Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. clarified that this does not mean that a state of emergency or martial law will be declared. Officials also clarified that there will be no suspension of permit to carry firearms in the province.
May hierarchy po tayo na tinatawag natin yung ating calibrated response. Tayo po, nandito po tayo sa pang-apat, sa mababa. Dahil nakita po natin na napakaganda ng ginawa ng ating Armed Forces of the Philippines at saka PNP na right after, mga 5 hours after the incident, ay nahuli po natin kagad yung tatlong mga suspect.
For now, a joint task force between the armed forces and the National Police has been formed to suppress violence in the area and to go after the perpetrators behind Degamo's murder. The team is composed of 2 brigades with 6 battalions, including soldiers with experience from the Marawi siege.
And it's important that we deploy the forces kung saan sila most likely mag-iikot at magtatakbo. And we know that hindi lang naman itong 10 ang involved, no? There are also support elements na tumutulong sa kanilang pagtatago.
Meanwhile, the PNP has confirmed that one of the rifles recovered in the hot pursuit operations was used to kill Degamo. Tests also showed that the late governor was shot 11 times with the assault rifle.
Yung assault rifle mismo na ginamit po kay Governor Degamo is one of the recovered assault rifle po nung during the follow-up po. Confirm po yun based on the ballistics and cross-matching.
Authorities are also investigating the security detail assigned to Degamo.
Yung mga supposedly nagpo-provide po ng security kay Governor Degamo during the day of the incident ay hindi po nag-report for duty. So kasama po yan sa napag-usapan.
For now, police are still pursuing several persons of interest involved in the ambush. For News 5, Justine Punsalang, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The remains of the victims in the Cessna plane crash in Isabela are expected to reach Divilacan town today. However, the response team said that because of bad weather, the bodies could be transferred to Kawayan by tomorrow. The Philippine Coast Guard is formally seeking help from the United States in cleaning the oil spill off Nauhan Oriental, Mindoro. The oil spill has now reached the shores of Taytay in Palawan, about 295 kilometers away from Nauhan. And Carlos Yulo finally nabbed his first gold at the FIG Artistic Gymnastics World Cup Series in Azerbaijan over in parallel bars. The former world champion is set to compete in the vault finals later today. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 12 noon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I am Mon Gualvez. We are One News.